Recording.
I'm also 6. Just a laugh, and there is. So now it's on.
Yes,
and
it's on.
then I will take 2 minutes to introduce myself.
Yes.
Yeah. And good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you here, dude. And then I'm Lucy, HR business partner from Great China Cluster. I'm the person like to set objective and stretch myself so hard. 12 years since I graduated from my college, I did 2 things. First thing is marry a man, and like the story I shared, I lose the weight for him. I want to be her wife. And then I also made an objective for each year. Each year, I commit to myself, I want a certification of one specific skills. See, till now, I didn't bring them. I can like them. It is 12 certification can be held at my hand. Wow. Even including the weird one is Java certification.
Yeah.
I pass it. I don't know why. And also, one thing is cooking certification. It is my personal interest. And work related, the human resource management, psychology bachelor degree. This is the things that I have 12 certification. I made my objective and I make it. Then I think I, together with Jessie, laid such a great foundation for how to set objectives and make objectives stretch, not strained, and then get the result done. It is Maersk Blue. Get things done. Okay? Let's go back to this topic that we are going, and it is also the responsibility skill that we will revisit. And Jessie related a lot of time on this, and I will continue to do this because people in charge will make objective happen. My personal objective, I'm the person to make it in charge. And in the losing weight cases, my husband is the people that standing beside me to be the people monitoring me and also think to the machine that tell me every day where I have gone. So if the objective setting have been done for the 2 steps, now it is the time to do as a manager. We don't want to do anything. Let them go. Let I said. Will we move this or because Jessie mentioned in the previous workout, it is moving. So if we go to the objective settled, who will be responsible for the objective?
Individuals.
All agreed?
Yeah.
No,
You did anything?
sorry.
Yeah?
Individual.
Yeah, you can share your...
Sorry, I'm
share
confused.
your-
Can you repeat that question?
So if the objective has been set,
Mm-hmm.
follow the
Set.
process.
Okay.
First is set the shared objective, refine the individual part, and then it's time to
Yeah.
shake out. Oh, I lead you to another wrong. No, I can't say it is wrong. It is can be discussed. If it is all to the individual part, what I will happen? I will share my personal leading failure experience. 2 years ago, I joined Maersk, quit the company that I served for 8 years. And I make such kind of decision that sometimes I will regret for myself. Because door-to-door shuttle bus, and very easy job, and I can handle everything. And make this decision and join Maersk. Every day, at the first 3 months, I skipped after every lunch and stick to night very late. I also asking myself, what comes to me? The objective I made, I will make it or stick to that? Will I give up to this? At the same time, the things worsen. Because I joined Maersk to want to be a leader, and I have the report. Can you imagine that I'm also stick to my own things, stuck in my own things. And like Shaping Future, Robert mentioned, the people are stuck. How are the people stuck? Then my 3 direct reports constantly give me surprise. Objective settled. Jessie have done this. Yeah, Lucy, I'm so sorry that I make the mistakes. Lucy, I have give you the report, but I collect it open. Oh, I can use it. Such a tremendous thing, tremendous, that's to say chaos for me. I'm stuck on my own things, and they bother me a lot. As a leader, I blame them. Individual, I have set a clear objective. We have must-win battle and cascading so much sessions for them, but they don't still understand and bring the trouble for me. Is there anything that I can do better? I'm asking myself. Also, this is the same question. If you take as a group to help me 2 years ago. Is there anything that I can do?
I think maybe you can, it's not really rely on themselves, and you need to do also some temperature check. If they are also capable to doing their job. Because I'm not quite sure if they are, also similar like you, they're also stuck at their things. They want to have some coach, or they want to get more clear instructions so that they can, complete the tasks.
What if I'm so busy and I have no time? As Jessie mentioned,
Then
these
you're
things
gonna be more busy.
Yeah, this is the case that I experienced.
Yes.
I become busy and busier.
And I think you should also, check from time to time, or check regularly if the objectives are still, if the objective still works, or if it's about time for you to, tweak it a little and adjust it. Etc.
And then build on that.
I mean, 2 things that I saw apart from objective setting is on prioritization, because from speaking from your perspective way back 2 years ago, I think you've been swamped already with so many tasks. That's why you're forgetting some key roles that you need to perform, especially in ensuring that you track the performance of your team. That's why you also take it like it's bothering you instead of an opportunity for you to help the team work on that objective.
Yes.
So that for me is an observation.
Yeah, this is what Jessie told me as my coach and a mentor. We are here as a leader, not achieve our self-goals. Just provide performance feedback, as Olive mentioned. Give them the feedback, give them the coach, and constantly check whether it is too stretching the objective is, or they will, if it is too strained, will cause them give up. Like Jackie sent me high. if I'm the guy that the objectives too cause me so much anxiety, I will quit.
But personal question though, what did you do differently to cope yourself up from that kind of scenario?
Okay.
How did you manage to move up?
Yeah, very important people around me and the willingness to share and embed all the main idea is I'm here to provide the performance feedback to help the individual themselves the best they can be and develop their skills. I'm here as a leader, not individual contributor. So my role to help them develop and invest 10 minutes a day for them. They will reap the fruit maybe 30 times of the time that I spend on them. Yeah, Jessie.
I just want to also share my thoughts. Actually, I feel quite appreciative to you sharing your own personal story. Actually, it inspires us as well when we are coaching some leaders outside of our scope, and it reminds our responsibility always as a leader to keep an eye on how people are doing and how the objective fits in their skill set, etc. Right?
Yes, skills part is very important because, as I mentioned, we are tackling individual, not objective, not tasks. these things are very cold and very objective, but people are warm. We are attacking each other and we need support. Will we do something to change the pointer? Where you want to put in it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I comment?
Of course.
If it's for individual, we still will say it's individual's responsibility.
Mm.
While as leaders, we keep some silent or some small voice inside that we always need to watch out what they are doing, giving them support.
Yeah, support and tools. As the exercises we did in the first part of our session, then when I'm alone, if I'm the individual, I need your support to guide me to other groups, introduce me, and let me engage in other groups. So this is what I need. And if in the future that I can bring this to my work, also know their skills, inspire them, and let Sherry mentioned to revisit the objectives. So let's go back. If we said that we have the obligation to do this, who will do the follow-up? To close loop. Manager. To follow up things. This is all the things. Is it familiar to us? It is the most leaders good at. Constantly hear, check, and make the things happen. But one story that I tackled recently, I found my function managers team, they generated employee engagement survey report. That report is very ugly. However, However, their business card, KPI scorecard, is very beautiful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
So interesting, and also interesting for me. So I stepped into their cases, joined the focus group, and listened to. Yeah,
It's the kind of
It's about this engaged employee still performing.
yeah, they are performing. Tackle the question. Tackle the question in your mind.
no. I mean, also question is the scorecard set smart or correct? So,
Yeah,
Refine it.
we want actions. Revisit our scorecard, objectives, and tackle the questions. What's wrong with the people that perform but disengaged? When I visit their actions, very interesting pop-up. Can you guess what it is? As a HR college? What is their action? I narrow down all the actions they pop up.
it's to address the engagements,
Yes.
and then their scorecards looks good.
Yeah.
They want more work-life balance.
Yeah. This is the dimension that we have. Yeah. But we will step back. Work-life balance, if it is break, what caused that?
The performance might not be sustainable. It's just short term, high performing, but the long term, we still need to get the engagement up.
Short term.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can reveal the result is what is the action is. They just set one single, very easy to do actions. It is set one-on-one with their report. Why does come up? I found every time when our manager good at, what we are good at, deciding on milestones. Every day, every morning, we have daily huddle, masla, then this afternoon we'll cascade down. And the next day, some team will cascade down. And then, till the end of the day, end of the week, we also have the direct setting for next week. Just, it is my day, and busy
Monday.
in these meetings. What happened? Then we are doing things. We are deciding on milestones and divided into steps. But we're missing part. Irregularly. Oh, but we did it because we review progress regularly. We have actions, but we just have actions. And when we do the review, I just see my name on the KPI card, and then it's your action. Take it. Then next week I finished. Oh, that's done. So how about myself? The individual one. Is this objective linked to me? Is that too stretch? Or what is the next step? So this team. Oh, sorry, Jessie.
Yeah,
you can.
it actually just provoke our internal thinking of us taking the objective set by our managers. You are right that sometimes actually we did think of something like I don't like the objective or I need support, but if we don't spend time with the people who get the objective, actually we miss that voice from them.
Yes.
That's why one-on-one, like you just mentioned,
Yes. And
you
as
need to have.
echo the questions that you have in the last session, Shaping Future. What is the needs of the individual? Yeah, I tell you what it is I want to develop you, but what's your personal needs? Still, we provide the performance feedback to help the individual be their best they can be and develop their skills, not just for the result.
Thanks for pointing out that.
Yeah.
Let me capture that as well, because I thought as well that in terms of Marisland, because we're doing this a lot, right?
Yeah.
Doing so
Yes.
much of reviews, but just like a manager has had, when is the time that we can say that we are overdoing reviews?
Yeah.
Because I think for people that might also impact their engagement, because okay, huddle again, direction setting again every week for sales, and we're doing too much in terms of this, when in fact we can just go out and sell, but we still have to meet.
Yeah. Yeah, this is. May I? May I do this cultural cases? Maybe echo your questions. If you still have questions, then you also can raise this. Yeah, we just reviewed the tasks as I mentioned, and refer back to the cases I mentioned. The manager set 1-1, and the content is the king. The content is bring the people development talk into the 1-1, because they did 1-1, but just to talk about individual result. So that's echo Robert's questions. Every day we think about it. We're just talking business. We're just talking about the result, and just talking about what you can bring to me, not the organization or objective can help the people achieve themselves. Yeah. Sorry. Just one quick questions. Am I answer your questions?
Yeah, at some point, yes.
Okay.
Can I continue to build on because
Yeah.
from your comment, it's also arise my thinking based on one point that we discussed about review meetings, those heavy agendas. From my view, actually, also Robert, I see these are also support that we as managers provide to the team by reviewing results, not to assess them whether people are pass or a 3 or 4, but just to review gradually by setting milestones, see what support we can insert into the efforts that they are making, and to adjust the direction. So this, in my view, is also support.
Yeah, I think, and to add on that, because I'm not totally agreeing on it, but my point is, how far should we be able to provide that support? Because I think at the back of the heads of these salespeople, for example, they might as well go meet the client instead of meeting you again and again and again and again, and things like that. But just the observation.
Just
Could I bring? Sorry to interrupt,
just
because our time is limited,
sorry.
because we have the commitment that 90 minutes, and
No, just
you can bring the
for
questions.
robots
Yeah.
now. It's I think it's kind of a two-way parts, and the manager also can check. Is the frequency okay or not okay? It's not really just force them to do the one-to-one.
I have one more. Just one.
Yeah, because we have a
Yes,
lot
yes.
of things to do that. Can
I just
echo
realized
yours.
during this conversation, discussion that, I understand what Robert is saying. That we might be doing it too much, but also the point of Jessie that it might serve as a support for them. And your point is that, I like the point that you said that instead of just focusing on the objectives and the KPIs and the matrices, we should also include during the follow-ups and the one-on-ones the career development, how to link the objectives to their development so that they would not feel that you're not giving me anything later. So that's just to, a little realization for the
Wow, a lot of realities that I bring here, and you also bring to me that also solve my puzzles. And I heard a lot of a word mentioned a lot, as JC and Olive mentioned. We will jump in and see what support we can give our employees. Also jump in to see whether we will direct our what's my sorry. So that we will see that redirect our objectives. Okay, then I will request that we come here together because this is the time also we can discuss. It is a time for hearing that you can, you three, you three, okay, you want to join? Just you want to join. Our task is, if we do the regular review and want to change and redirect our objectives.
Which way?
Yeah, you can open the seal, and it goes to follow-up. We are still in follow-up things. Just you can look at this. This is the summary of PPT. But our job is to think if any problems we may come across, if we do that actions to change or redirect our objectives. Yeah, just to, not reactions. Just to put this handout aside, I just want to see what the summary is. But our discussion is discuss about any problems we will come across if we want to change our objective. Yeah, this is the questions, and you can leave it ahead and out, or you can write down anywhere that is planned. That's true. Yeah, just 1 minute to talk about this.
Who will feel uncertain?
Yes, and feel no sense of achievement because I have done so far, but you need each year feel bad. No sense of achievement.
I should be clear and understand the picture. So this is why the biggest objectives of my business themselves, and we need to. It's kind of agreed, right? I'm clear why I need to do this one and how I can do it. But if we
But sometimes it's good
then I need to understand why.
because maybe we cannot really achieve a sense, a good result, and it's time to shift objective.
What comes out,
Do something.